Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the first weekly challenges since update 1.48. In today's video I'm going to take you through all 5 of the new events on offer as well as all of the rewards that we can grab. In terms of the rewards this week, it is probably one of the better weeks once again, with the main reward being the free car reward. So in terms of at a glimpse, it's going to be May week 5. As you can see, there is 5 events on offer as always. The first of these events is the high speed ring reverse for the Japanese FR Challenge 450. We'll then head over to Tokyo Expressway south clockwise for the lightweight K-Cup before going to a brand new special event for the Volvo V40 T5R design, which is going to be a one make at the Red Bull Ring. Then we move on to the notorious Nürburgring Nordschleife European Clubman Cup 600, featuring the cheating AI, which is the Alfa Romeo. Then we have finally the WTC 900 over at the Nürburgring GP. In terms of the rewards, once again, we have a 6-star parts ticket for completing one event. For completing 3 events, it's 150,000 credits. And for completing all 5 events, it's going to be the top reward of the bunch, which is a 6-star roulette ticket car ticket, which can range anywhere from 1 million upwards of 3 million plus at times. So overall, this is a fairly decent week. Not too bad in terms of its length, and in terms of the reward, again, it's the best possible rewards on offer. So let's head over to event number 1 of the week, which is going to be the Japanese FR Challenge 450 over at the high speed ring reverse. In terms of this event, again, it's the standard format of a sprint race to get us started. It's going to be a 2-lap race, obviously for Japanese cars around a 450 pp range with an FR drivetrain layout. And of course, this was a great excuse to get my hands on the brand new Skyline R31 GTSR. So as we can see, in terms of the event AI, they are relatively easy. Most of them are fairly underpowered. In terms of the car that we're running here, it's just slightly over 450 pp as standard, and it's going to make rather quite short work. In terms of the roadsters, well, we're going to blast past them in no time and then start moving on to the likes of the Levins and all of the other Toyotas as well. So as you can see, we're just going to make the moves around the outside and then get it ready for this right-hander here. Probably the most complex section. In terms of taking the lead, you should do this relatively early anyway. As you can see, as we come towards the end of lap 1, we're going to pop ourselves into the lead and start pulling away from there. Plenty of power in this car to make relatively short work of the rest of the AI, and that is going to complete this event in absolutely no time at all and give us tick number 1 of the week, as well as reward number 1 as well. A low paying event to get us started off, 15,000 credits with that clean race bonus, and of course the first reward, which is going to be the parts ticket. And in terms of these parts tickets, they've been fairly kind to me recently. In terms of event number 2, this is lightweight K-Cup over at Tokyo Expressway south clockwise. Now there is a PP limit in place for this one. It is set in stone, it's not a recommendation, so you will have to build to that specified limit, which is of course 400 pp for these events. Now in terms of the vehicle I'm using here, I went for the Honda S660 with that bike sport engine swap. In terms of the engine itself and the overall car and build, I went for fairly high grip, and then obviously the swap and really little in terms of performance parts. So go for that kind of build and you should make short work of the rest of the K cars that are around you. Now in terms of the AI, there's a couple that you do want to watch out for, mainly the Cappuccinos up front. They will probably give you the hardest time, as well as some of the Honda Beats as well might give you a run for your money at 400 pp. So just be aware of them. In terms of the AI though, they are fairly quite bunched up in terms of the overall grid spread, so you should be able to get the lead at least right before the end of the race. As you can see here, we did this at the start of lap 3. We're just going to make the move on the outside of the Cappuccino, get the lead, and then pretty much never look back from there. So pretty easy overall. Again, we're not worried about tyre life or fuel consumption or anything like that, and that is going to give us tick number 2 for the week. Now in terms of the event itself, again another relatively low paying one, 32,000 credits, and unfortunately because we clipped the barrier, we were unable to get that 50% clean race bonus. Let's move on next to the brand new special event. This is the first time we've seen this one in game. This is for the Volvo V40 T5R design, a one-make race over at the Red Bull Ring. Again, it's going to be in sprint style format. It's going to be a 4-lap race, and I'm pretty sure that weather isn't involved in this one. Glimpse, it's going to be a 4-lap race, 12 vehicles, of course, all Volvo V40s. The payout for first place is 85,000 credits. In terms of the overall payout for the time it takes, that is a pretty decent payout overall. Obviously, it must be a garage car, car settings are allowed, and there is no mechanical damage or shortcut penalties, etc. So in terms of the event itself, I just put a bit of extra horsepower in the Volvo. Not all of the cars are bog standard, so just be aware that if you go in with a absolutely stock V40, there is a chance that you may struggle just slightly a bit more. So I do recommend just upgrade the car slightly, make it a little bit better around the track, and you should be good all the way to the end to take a relatively easy win. As you can see, just plan your move correctly and you should get this one no problem at all. Now, because this is of course a one-make race, once you start getting onto the back end of the pack, you should start making moves one after the other. Again, they're not too spread out, so just plan your moves pretty well. The AI themselves, they're not the quickest here. However, again, a few of these upgraded vehicles might give you a run for your money if you're going for a absolutely stock build, but I'm assuming most of us won't. Again, there's no PP limit, it is just purely this one make, so feel free if you want to go for an overpowered build to go ahead and do that. However, we got the event done and tick number 3 for the week, as well as a rather kind payout of 127,500 credits. And of course, we're then going to get the daily, which is a 3-star roulette ticket for this daily marathon reward, as well as the credit ticket of 150,000 credits for completing 3 events. Now, next up is a fairly notorious event. It was a very low paying one for what felt like the longest time, and it does feature the notorious cheating Alfa Romeo. Of course, I'm talking about the Nürburgring Nordschleife European Clubman Cup 600. Now, in terms of the car itself, again, it is just purely a recommendation, so you can use pretty much any car you want. I once again went for the V40, this time fully upgraded, just to absolutely hoon it around the Nordschleife, which was great fun. Now, the majority of the AI are very, very easy to overtake. Again, it's just because of the tight layout of the Nordschleife. You just want to plan those overtakes, don't just throw it in, as there's a good chance you'll probably end up in the wall and such. However, there is one notorious car we are going to have to keep an eye out for, and it is much, much quicker than the rest of them. Once you start overtaking the Mercedes, you may notice there's a fair gap to first place, and that is because that car will rocket way ahead. Of course, I am talking about this Alfa Romeo. As you can see, it is very, very quick, and where it does kind of lack a bit of overall control in the corners, in terms of straight line speed, this thing will rocket to probably way over 200 mile an hour. It does seem like a case of very much cheating AI. There is no way this car is running at that 600 recommendation. As you can see, it flies past me like I'm just stood still at 175 miles per hour, which is just absolutely ridiculous. We did, though, eventually manage to take the win by getting most of our overtakes done in the tight and twisty sections, so you should be able to get this done relatively easily. That is going to be the 4th tick of the week, and once again a rather decent payout this time, as it's been changed to 187,500 credits. And that's going to take us to the final event of the week, the WTC 900 over at the Nürburgring GP. Of course, in terms of the AI here, these are all going to be a mix of Group 3 and Group 2 Super GT and JGTC cars. So again, pretty much any Group 1, Group 2 should easily absolutely cakewalk this. However, I decided to go for the notorious front wheel drive Nissan GTR LM, which is absolutely terrible. It chews up its tyres, and it really was just a lot harder than it realistically should have been. So the actual event itself, as well as the AI, really aren't that difficult to beat. I just artificially inflated the difficulty by using probably the worst Group 1 by a mile. I originally went for mediums, but as you can see, by the end of this first stint, I absolutely had 0 tyre life left at the front. It was absolutely horrific, and this sort of left me stranded around the mid-pack. So at that point, at the end of lap 5, I decided that was enough. I was going to box in. I can keep the car at fuel mix 1, but I'm going to have to go for the hard compound of tyre and sacrifice some of that early on pace. So all I did was just fill the car up to just over that notch, just to ensure we've got enough fuel to the end, put a set of hards on, and we were pretty much good to the end. Now, of course, with it being front wheel drive, it is still going to chew the tyres up. However, in terms of the AI, they do seem to have a bit of an issue here. So if you notice, they will pit in at the end of lap 8 going on to lap 9. But then all of a sudden, they'll do the exact same on the end of lap 9 going on to lap 10. Meaning they're taking 2 pit stops inside 2 laps, leaving you pretty much there to take the win. So all I had to do at this point was get past this NSX08, and that's exactly what we did, as we moved ourselves into first place on the final lap to finally get that win, at least doing it the hard way round. So there we go, we got our P1, we just managed to hold off the rest of the AI and get ourselves up across the line, once again with almost no tyre life. And that is going to be tick number 5 of the week. Now I did end up with a bit of contact, so no clean race bonus here, 135k for that one, but of course we then get the 6-star roulette ticket, car ticket. Now let's open our rewards for this week. So we're going to start off with our daily marathon ticket, which was a 3-star. However, you can see it's rather quite a decent 3-star. It's all made up of gold bars as well as cars. Unfortunately, we're going to end up with another Tesla Model 3. However, we can then just sell that and make a fair bit of profit on it. So we get a free car reward on our 3-star daily marathon ticket, so not too bad. We're at least in profit there, a 55 grand worth car. Then we're going to move on to the 6-star roulette ticket parts ticket. Now again, these are notorious for giving you parts for cars that are just not useful at all. However, we are actually going to probably end up with the best prize of the bunch, which is the ultra high RPM turbocharger for the Bugatti Veyron. So I'm very happy with that one, much more useful than it could have been. Then we're obviously going to add the credit tickets to the account, which is 150,000 credits, and finally open up the 6-star car ticket roulette ticket. So in terms of the rewards itself, they typically range from 1 million credits upwards of 3 million credits, and we're actually going to end up with probably the best reward here, which is the Ferrari LaFerrari. This thing retails at 1.6 million, and I'm pretty sure it is actually one of the invite only cars. So there we go, that is the weekly challenges for this first week after update 1.48. Let me know what you think of them this week, and let me know what car rewards you went ahead and got. Massive thank you to all of my channel members listed on screen now, and a massive thank you to you guys watching at home. Anyway, have a fantastic rest of your day, have a fantastic weekend, take care guys, peace.